Nice. Okay, hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Just picked up this 2023 BMW R1250 RS from Preston BMW. This is a Motorrad dealer. I really like this bike already. So just give me a couple of minutes just to get into this, just get the hang of the bike, get the feel of how everything is. Okay, so this is the BMW R1250 RS 2023. This colour scheme is the triple black. So that's the style system that they've got going on. They've got the sports style and they've got the triple black styling. So yeah, all over it, it's just a really nice looking thing. I do really like this bike. It is a nice looking piece of kit. Really comfortable too, especially on these sort of longer, straighter roads and onto motorways. I'm taking a bit of a ride out today, just to have a play around in a few different scenarios with this bike. One thing I do like is the fact that this is March and I do actually have a heated seat. So heated seats are standard on this bike. Nice little touch. I did mention about the style options where you can have a sport pack or the triple black pack. You can get optional extras as well thanks to the option 719 system. You can get loads of little billet aluminium mirrors, the your levers, hand levers, and even billet aluminium cylinder head covers. Everything on that can be tweaked, so you can really personalize this bike to however suits your style. this roundabout. From the exit and back on it. Right. Okay, so this thing is designed to just go a fair old distance, a fair old trek on this bike, really. The one thing I'm looking at is the fact that this is a sports tourer. This is meant to go long distance. Key to that is being comfortable. One of the things I'm looking at is the fact that it's got a good riding position. I'm a little bit upright, still got that sporty sort of feel to it, that vibe. Just cut down through here. So I just like to pay attention a couple of times on the road, make sure I'm staying safe. Be seen, be heard. Cut down the side of this bus. Up to the lights. Lovely. Okay, so this thing is meant to just eat up miles. I did want to take this a little bit of a ride so that expose it to a couple of fast A roads, cut through a couple of towns, see how it feels, because if you're going to go miles on this, you're going to go either motorway miling, which this thing will suit perfectly for doing millions of miles on the motorway. You're absolutely getting out there, really sort of smashing those motorway miles. But aside from that, if you go up the A roads, this thing is going to be in its element. But conversely, you're not going to get straight A roads. You're going to get an A road to a town and through a town, through another onto the A road again. So that's why I wanted to have a little play around with this, going through those elements, going from a fast road in through a little bit of town and out on another fast road, a little bit of motorway. See how the bike feels. There's no point just sitting on the motorway for a test ride. Again, this is my first impressions on the bike. This is me just taking it out for a test ride, see how I feel, and really I'm quite impressed. I do like these 1250s that have got this boxer engine. That low down slung weight is a massive benefit to the balance of this bike. You do feel like you can lean it over quite nicely. It doesn't feel like it's going to topple because it's top heavy. There's a element of being able to flick over the top quite nicely when you're going through corners or going over a roundabout. You can just maneuver the bike really nicely. Everything this thing does just seems to be effortless. There's a bit of an air of grace around it, good, almost like a bit of a balance really. It's like an air of sophistication. It's smart, it's up there. That might be my backside talking through a heated seat that it's currently exposed to, but it's comfortable. You can feel that it would happily do these miles. That engine, when it wants to lay down the power, it certainly does have power. It's got that thing. It can do it. It's got a nice little zing to it. It's got pace. It's got good proper pace to get up and about it very quickly. Bags of torque. The one thing to remember when I'm out doing these test rides is usually I've got these bikes when they're brand new and I am in that breaking in period, so we're not going hell for leather with this. I do try and maintain the tyres as if they were being bedded in. I do try and make sure that the engine's getting that good play around with not going too high up on the revs, making sure that I'm doing everything of a balanced ride. That's why I like this little route. I've got A roads, B roads, bit of motorway. It's getting a bit of exposure to all the elements that you can appreciate during that engine bedding in period before its first service, before it's let loose. This is going to be someone's baby if they're picking up a X-Demo Part X. And it's a nice bit of kit to appreciate. If I remember off the top of my head, facts and figures on this, I think it's got about 136 horsepower from right. Don't ask me what revs they come in at. But 140 odd, I think it might be 143 torques. Again, don't ask me when they come in at. But yeah, it's got everything that you could possibly need for just being able to hold its own really well on the motorway without any issues, without having to worry yourself too much about how much power it's got. Yeah, it's really nice. One of the other things that this engine's got is this shift cam technology. So shift cam's a variable valve timing technology. Really quite a innovative thing that I like it on bikes. I've ridden previous bikes that have got a variable valve timing system, but if you think in the world of cars and automotive in general, you've got Toyota's had variable valve timing for years, Honda's had a variable valve timing VTEC for years. I know that's crossed over into the two-wheel element. And yeah, BMW using this. They're using it really well to get the most out of this engine in both ways. Both as an eco mode, you can have this in eco mode, and that shift cam tech is going to have the cam timings aligned perfectly for maintaining your fuel consumption, for having this thing get the eke as many miles as it possibly can out that tank. And then at higher end, when we're going to roll on the power, when we get above a certain level of revs, the shift cam is going to do its thing. It's going to change up, and we're going to have a little bit more power to play with and get that 136 brake horsepower at the top end, and just be tuned more for that delivery of that power. Really nice bit of kit. So there's a couple of things that this got a little bit of an improvement of over 2022. So the 2023 model, there's a few things that used to be options, like your dynamic traction control, things like that, your dynamic brake control, your ABS, all that was options on the 22 model. They are now standard on this 2023 model. All around the lights are now all LED. I think previously the headlight was LED, but the indicators were still on bulbs. It's now a full suite of LED lights. Your indicators, your brakes, your headlights, all fully LED now. But this thing is meant to go for miles, absolutely miles. You can have this, again, nice and comfy. The heated seat, I did say, I'm appreciating it. Your passenger will appreciate it too, because it has got a heated seat for the passenger as well. So the pillion seat's heated. If you can have a passenger, you can extend out your ride into March. If you're used to riding April to September, and that's been your sort of riding envelope in the year, I think something like a heated seat's going to push that to get you out in October and November and December. It's going to push you at the start end of the year, maybe into February, but certainly into March. You can get it. This is March. I'm out on it. I'm enjoying this ride. I am enjoying the heated grips, heated seat and heated grips. It does make a bit of difference in this weather. Just when it's cooler, I'm appreciating it, and your passenger's certainly going to appreciate the heated seat as well. If you don't plan on having a passenger, you can actually flick the switch so it won't actually heat up the passenger seat as well, so you can have it for one rider or the two of you. If you're just going to have yourself on the bike as well, you could actually opt for the solo seat cover and get that sort of nice clean look to the bike as well. I do like the single seat cowls, the covers that you can get for these bikes. I like the look on any bike. I think it looks really good, but certainly if you can have a nice looking bike like this, like I said, the black, the triple black, that gloss look all the way down, it looks really nice, especially when you add on that solo seat cover. One thing I have got on this bike is that Akrapovic, I'll never say it right in my life. Full titanium exhaust system, that is really nice. Finished with the finished with the carbon fibre on the end of the titanium can. I think it looks really nice. I think it's a really nice touch. Sets the bike off well, makes the bike sound, and you can hopefully appreciate the sound on this. It does sound really good. Little things like that make the difference. I think that's it for telling you about the sort of facts and figures of this bike. How does it make me feel? Comfortable. For a sports tourer, I am actually in a comfortable position and I feel confident as well. And I think the bike's given me that confidence in the fact that that low slung boxer engine is actually letting me balance a little bit. I can relax. I can chill out on the bike. It's a nice place to be now. Heated seat, heated grips. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Obviously on the handlebars I've got the sat nav, but this can also, you can plug in, this has got all the connectivity up to your phone as well, so you can have your phone paired up. Yeah, all the little creature comforts that you'd want for doing long haul trips. This is, you can tell from the word go, this is specifically designed to eat up miles and miles of motorway, A roads, anything. If you're wanting to go onto the continent, yeah, definitely get on there. This is a bike that you could happily go onto the continent with and cover some comfortable miles and really get out there and in amongst it. Even around the UK, I'd gladly, I based around Lancashire, obviously I picked it up from Preston, I frequent up to Scotland. One thing I do like though is the fact that I like bikes that can get me to Scotland comfortably. Like, it's not hardship, it's not daunting. This just feels like you'd be nipping to the shops. You're in the same element. There we go. Yes! She's got some power going on. Love it, love it. Yeah, this thing's good. She's got some tricks up her sleeve. So, yeah, we'll go for final thoughts on this bike, because I think I'm ready to about wrap up this. I'm nipping out. I've got a couple of jobs to do while I'm on this little test ride. I need to stop in on a nice little place that might be a little feature that you might see coming up soon on the track on the channel. We've got I've got to meet with a certain individual about a certain little thing that might be opening up in April, so stay tuned. I might be able to do a little feature on it. Don't want to give anything else away on it, but let's go and have a meeting with this guy and see how we get on. So, final thoughts on the bike. I do like it. I've had sports tours in the past and I didn't think it'd be something that I'd turn back to, just because I felt there were the ones I got exposed to maybe were a bit more sporty than toury. I think that was my troubles, my problem. Yeah, I think now, looking at this, I could gladly dip my toe back into the sports touring world. Just sneak through traffic. For For a big old bike, she can still sneak through. Let's see here and wait for it, wait for it. Yeah, I like it. Big enough to do what you want it to do. Nimble enough to be able to sneak through what you want to sneak through. And even with the cylinders are kicking out either side. The cylinder heads are sitting in this boxer setup, out past your shins. And you can feel their presence, but it doesn't feel like they're imposing. They're not getting in your way. You can still be nimble. You can still sneak through. You can still sneak through the traffic. I like it. I like it a lot. But I think this is a really nice setup. I think what BMW's achieved here is a really strongly balanced bike. I think it's a strong contender in the sports touring market. This engine is fantastic. The ergonomics are brilliant. And the styling, I think they've just capped it off really nicely. They've thought very well about everything. Nice little Porsche. I say nice little, it's not little, that one. That one bigger. Yeah. Definitely earned its place amongst the top of this group for sports touring. It's got it going on. Yeah, there is definitely there's sports tourers out there, like I kind of alluded to earlier. They're more sporty than toury. This has the sport element. It's got the numbers, it's got the power, it's got the torque to be up there with the sporties. But the creature comforts, the ergonomics, yeah, definitely. We're in that nice little realm now of I think I used the word sophisticated. Yeah, I think it's just that it's a slight cut above the rest. It's a difference of being comfortable to do the miles. Any bike can do mile after mile. It's the soft thing that's attached to the bike that gives up after a while, whether it's your legs, your hips, anything like that. If it's your backside, if you get a numb bum after a bit. We are the weak link in this system. The bikes are doing it all for us. We just need to stay attached to it. And I think just little things like the ergonomics, the way I'm sat. I'm 6 foot. I'm about 80 to 90 kilos. Yeah, this thing is easy for me to manage. Stop, turn up. It holds its balance really nice on the road with that low slung weight, with that center of gravity being way down there. But it's the ergonomics, it's the heated grips, it's the heated seats, and it's those little creature comforts that make this a real big difference to the bike. But this is, get around here, this is my opinion. Yours may differ. I like to think that everyone's entitled to an opinion, and every opinion should be heard. There's no wrong answers, really. If you want to join the conversation, leave a comment below. If there's anything you'd like to see on the channel for me to review about the bike, if there's anything you need me to relay to you, if I missed it out, if there's any questions you want answered, leave them in the comments below. I will get back to you. I will answer all your comments and see what your thoughts are on the bike. For me, I really like this thing. I think it is the new quintessential sports tourer. Over and above what anyone else is offering, I think this one sets the bar high for actually being able to go out there and tour. And the touring market's been dominated by adventure bikes just for the comfort. I think this is going away from the sport, but bringing the touring back into sport touring and getting the clientele that doesn't want the adventure bike but wants the comfort and wants the ergonomics to be just right. I think it's really really strong for this market. Like I say, let me know in the comments below if you disagree. If you want to know anything more, ask away. Aside from that, thanks for watching. I'm just going to have a nice little meeting around the corner from here now. I'm almost at my destination, and I think we're at the destination for the video. So just want to say thank you very much for watching, and tune in. Thanks. Take care. Love you. Bye.